Hi, my name's Karen Michelle. And I promise I'm doing this on purpose, okay? Hi, my name's Karen Michelle, and I just got my tooth pulled today. So, I totally forgot I was making a video. And, this is why videos don't get made, people. But now I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. While I let my cat drink. Because he refuses to drink water like a normal animal from a bowl. But I wouldn't want to drink after the dogs either. It's kind of gross, like they're slobbering and stuff. I don't know how the cats have the intelligence to know that they're drinking after the dog. But I'm just kidding, he did this like at the other place too, so it doesn't really matter. I'm whispering because my mom is in the next room. No, this is ASMR. You have to be attractive to ASMR. So before I go back to my room, I want to show you guys how much I love bread. I just bought this yesterday, and we only got, what, 4 slices left? And, like, yeah, I just like bread a lot, and I eat a lot of toast. Even though I just got a tooth pulled, hopefully I can eat it. The socket has, like, coagulated over, so as long as I don't smoke or do any kind of sucking action, then it won't come loose, hopefully. I've had dry socket before, it sucks. Alright, so now that I'm back in my room with Tita-ronies. Say hi, Titas. Tita. Say hi. Without me touching you. I don't know what it is, but it's like every time I film her, she does not do the same thing she does when I'm not filming. It's like she knows. Okay, so I'm going to try to hurry up and make this video because, like I said, I got my tooth pulled and I don't want to make this dry. I don't want to get dry socket, and I feel like I'm, like, making it worse by talking. But anyways, basically, I just want to say a little bit or elaborate more on my video I made yesterday. And it's not that I disagree with all the criticism people talk about Chris, or the Rewired Soul, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to call him Chris because it's his name. But it's not that I disagree with all the criticism about him. It's just a simple fact, and I probably should have elaborated more on this in my video. But what bothers me is, like, there's this group of people on Twitter and YouTube, and, like, they all, like, talk to each other privately and sometimes publicly. And it's like, once this group of people decide something about somebody or a situation, whether it's positive or negative, they all talk about it and, like, blow it up, and then you get like 10 videos on YouTube all on the same subject. They all have, like, similar wording and the same receipts. It's like all the same. And this has been going on for a couple months now. At times this group of people could be really toxic, and no, it's not the beauty community or the drama community. It's just a group of people. Like, it's not like one whole community. And by toxic, I mean, like, a lot of these people, once they get to talking to each other and slash criticizing somebody, they all kind of, like, make up their mind, and come at this person at once. And I think what was really bothering me was the fact that so many people at once were attacking Chris, who obviously, from what I've seen, has some mental issues himself. Like, he obviously suffers from different mental illnesses himself. And to have some, and he obviously cares about mental health. Yeah, he's probably trying to make money, and we're all trying to make money on YouTube, and maybe he just didn't know how to go about it the right way. But, like, he obviously cares about his channel, about mental health, and about the criticism that people have against him, because if he didn't, he would have just completely ignored everything. But he's done multiple things to try to address this, whether it's blocking people. I'm not saying that that's a positive thing to do, but he's done that. He's said he's going to go on a live stream and answer questions. He said he's going to change up his content, and yeah, he said some negative things and positive things, but he's obviously cares, and a lot of, you know, this group of people, they wouldn't even like take that into account, that he obviously cares, and they just continued to, like, in my opinion, attack him. You know, it's one thing to have constructive criticism, but then to continue to criticize somebody over and over again throughout like the day or the week after they've already responded to it like once or twice or again and again, I feel like at that point you're attacking them. And I probably should just have elaborated more on that than like about like why Chris doesn't deserve hate. I guess you could say it's like not that he doesn't deserve hate or he doesn't deserve criticism. I mean, we all open ourselves up to criticism once we're make ourselves public on YouTube. It's just a simple fact that like this group of people can be really toxic at times, and I think what I was trying to say is like before you just jump the gun and just believe everything you hear, to just kind of try to like hear everybody out, like just try to like listen to what everybody has to say and how everybody feels, instead of just going off of like what this group of people is saying, you know. And also, despite the fact that, you know, Chris may have done some shady things, it's like, why don't you try to get to know the person first too, you know? Yeah, it's hard to get to know somebody with 100,000 subscribers, you know, I agree, but it's just like, I've watched a lot of his videos, and some of them, yeah, rubbed me the wrong way, and some of them haven't, but it's just like, I haven't talked to him privately or nothing like that, like, you know, yeah, he left a comment on my video, but I just feel like, you know, from watching his videos, I feel like he's a genuine person. He obviously cares about people, and to be a recovering addict, you go through a lot when you go through that. And like I said, he obviously has issues with himself that you know, people try to hide that stuff on YouTube, but you can see it in his videos. And so it just really rubbed me the wrong way that so many people were attacking him at once, because you know he probably didn't feel too good about that. Like, you know, he's finally successful in YouTube, finally getting 100,000 subs, and I'm sure he's like proud of himself. And then all of a sudden you get this whole group of people just like criticizing you and essentially trying to destroy what you've worked so hard for. And I guess this is what I was trying to say in my video, and I, you know, just worded it wrong and didn't say what I really wanted to say, or didn't really like take the time to like sit back and like listen first and then make my video. But I just feel like this group of people can be toxic at times, and that just like he just didn't deserve to get like criticized so extensively like that. And that's where I bring up Keemstar. It's not that I was trying to deflect you know, the criticism to Keemstar. My point was that like this group of people was so adamant on canceling Chris and bringing him down and criticizing him and how he's just such a problem on YouTube and we need to fix this, we need to take care of this. But it's like, y'all have someone like Keemstar who's been a continuing problem. Almost daily he says something that offends somebody, and like a lot of responses to that was like, oh, that's just Keemstar. And it's like, no, that's not an excuse. Just because he admits he's an asshole and admits he reports drama doesn't, like, you know, mean he's not open for criticism himself. And my point was like, y'all are so adamant on canceling somebody like Chris, who obviously cares about your criticism and cares about what you have to say. But then you got someone like Keemstar who doesn't give two shits and a fuck about how you feel and what you have to say. But y'all like give him a slap on the wrist when he says something. Like, because I know somebody tried to point out, oh, we've already talked about Keemstar in the past, and it's just like, Keemstar didn't like care, you know. And it's just like, what, because Chris cares, y'all are gonna attack him because he's a smaller creator, because he's gonna listen? Like, I don't understand that logic. And it's like, yeah, y'all did come for Keemstar for like 5 minutes, but y'all weren't like so adamant on taking him down as you are to Chris, the Rewired Soul. And I feel like a lot of that reasoning is because Chris is a smaller creator. He's more attainable, you know, he's easier to reach. I also feel like people are scared of Keemstar because he's been known to, I mean, he's known, he's for exposing people. I think a lot of smaller creators too, especially, want to stay on his good side because they're scared he's going to expose them. And also, I think, you know, he does have a fan base that can be toxic at times because a lot of his fans are very young. And I just think my whole argument on that was just like, y'all are so adamant on canceling somebody who actually cares about mental health and what you have to say. But then y'all just like give a slap on the wrist to somebody who makes fun of mental health almost daily and doesn't even care what you say. Like, I don't know. And again, people's logic on that was like, oh, well, Keemstar doesn't care what you have to say, so what's the point? And it's just like, so y'all are attacking somebody because they care? Like, I just didn't understand that criticism either. And like I said, I'm not disregarding anyone's opinions on the Rewired Soul. You guys did have some valid points, but my whole thing is just like, you know, give him a chance to breathe, give him a chance to respond, give him a chance to like change up his content. You know, if he continues to be problematic, you know, he's new to the community. He just like hit 100,000 subs, and he just like got like y'all just like went in on him. And all I'm saying is just like give him the time to really like fix what y'all want him to fix. Like, for example, people were criticizing about how his course costed money and then it was free, and it's like, obviously he changed it to be free because, you know, y'all were criticizing him about that. Like, what I'm trying to say is like, he cares, you know. And when you have somebody that cares, I feel like you should give them a second chance or give them a chance to explain themselves. And you know, like I said, I wasn't trying to deflect by talking about Keemstar. It's just a simple fact is like, I'm not going to listen to you criticize somebody so adamantly when y'all let someone like Keemstar slide. And you know, I don't want to continue on this topic because I need to shut up or my mouth is going to start bleeding. But basically what I was trying to say is like, a lot of these people in this group are really hypocritical and they pick and choose who to criticize. And these are also the same people that liked him and watched his videos just a couple months ago. And it just seems that now that he has grown and got bigger, their opinion of him has changed because they think that the fame has gone to his head or whatever. And like, I don't know, I just feel like, you know, when people say stuff like that, it's just like, are you jealous? Like, are you just mad that he's doing what you tried to do and worded it a little bit different, put a mental health spin on it, and now he's doing really good and being successful? He's obviously doing something right. He has 100,000 subs. You would not have that many subscribers if you weren't doing something right, you know? And I just feel like a lot of that is coming from a place of jealousy, or that a lot of this started from a place of jealousy. And as much as nobody wants to admit that they're jealous of the Rewired Soul, let's be honest, y'all wish you had 100,000 subs too. And, you know, I'm sorry you don't, and I'm sorry he did what you did and tried, you know, and did it better. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, and a lot of people in the comments are going to be like, I am not jealous. And that's fine. You can lie to me all day, but you can't lie to yourself. Like, let's just be honest. Like, yeah, there are people out there who are jealous and they're salty that he is doing so good. And they're salty that they may not agree with the content he's making, and yet he's growing on YouTube. That makes people salty, that rubs people the wrong way. And I bet you $5, if Chris wasn't doing so well on YouTube, if he was making the same videos, but let's say he only had 30,000 subscribers, and wasn't like growing like crazy like he is right now, I bet you it wouldn't be such a big deal as it is right now. But I don't know, again, you know, it's just thoughts. But again, I was supposed to make this video short. Now it's 20 minutes. I know I gotta go freaking edit it, but I'm gonna go to sleep before my mouth starts bleeding. So hopefully I didn't give myself dry socket by eating bread and talking too much. But anyways, I just wanted to make this video because I got a lot of dislikes on my video, and I don't know, I feel like it's like from the same group of people too. And when I mean group of people, I'm not talking about like really specifically anybody. in particular. I'm really talking, and I'm not talking about a whole ass community. I mean, I'm really talking about, like, this group of people. We all know who they are, and they all, like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all know who I'm talking about. If you guys are watching this video, you likely know who I'm talking about. Hell, I could be talking about you, and you probably know I'm talking about you. Sorry, obviously, this is a different day. I'm editing the video, so I'm, like, you know, wanting to add stuff in, but I don't want to add too much. But either way, thank you for watching my video, and what I wanted to say and just add on is, like, thank you for being civil in my comments on my last video, because nothing rubs me the wrong way than when the first thing that somebody says in a comment is like, you're stupid, your opinion is stupid, you're wrong because you're stupid. Like, oh my gosh, I hate it when, like, you get a comment that just, like, it's not even criticism, it's just straight up hate. And I really appreciate that you guys, when you did leave comments and you did disagree with me, that y'all were, like, very mature about it, and you guys weren't, like, calling me stupid or just, you know, calling me names and stuff. I really appreciate that, because all that's going to do is get you blocked if you say something really hateful. So keep that in mind if you want to comment on this video, that, like, you know, as long as you're not hateful, I accept any and all criticism, any and all opinions. But yeah, so that's just how I feel, and I think I just should have elaborated more that I'm more against the cancel culture than so much of, like, you criticizing Chris. Like, I'm not against criticism, but I'm really against that whole, like, cancel culture. Like, give him a chance to, like, explain himself, you know. There's many times I've seen him answer somebody's question, and then they throw the same question back at him because they didn't like the answer he gave, you know, or they think that the answer he gave wasn't the answer to the question they asked. And I don't know, a lot of this whole situation is, like, simply based off opinions, in my opinion. It really is, because it really boils down to what you think is right and wrong, and what kind of content you think is okay and what kind of content you don't think is okay. Like, again, last time I'm going to talk about KEEMSTAR, and I'm going to include this in my video about him, but a lot of KEEMSTAR's humor, dark humor, that's what it is dark humor. And you know, a lot of people in this day and age don't get that what he's saying half the time is a joke, and some people do get it, some people don't. And we're in a time on YouTube, or just in general, we're in a time where we're kind of getting rid of that offensive dark humor. Like, dark humor's still around, but when it's offensive, it's a problem. Like, you know, back in 2009, 2012, KEEMSTAR thought it was funny to say the N-word, and, you know, he said it was, like, him trolling people. But then, you know, nowadays, like, you say the N-word and you get crucified for it. But, like, back then, you could make videos saying the N-word and people thought it was funny. And that applies for a lot of different things. And I think KEEMSTAR is still kind of stuck in 2009, 2012. And, you know, I think a part of him still thinks it's okay to make fun of certain groups of people, and it's not. And, you know, I'm going to talk about that. Like, is it okay to still, I guess you could say, make jokes that could be offensive to a group of people? I don't know. I mean, that's a question to ask, I guess. And, yeah, so look out for my video on KEEMSTAR. It's coming next week. But yeah, unfortunately, KEEMSTAR likes to rant a lot on Twitter. And again, I'm not going to try to dig into KEEMSTAR's past further than a year, because y'all are right. A lot of people have already criticized KEEMSTAR and made videos about him, but a lot of those videos are about stuff from way over a year ago, stuff that he's done a long time ago, and his excuse is like, oh, I did that a long time ago, like, I'm a better person now. And it's like, no, you're still making shitty jokes. Like, he made a shitty joke just the other day about Lily Sings, if you watch his Drama Alert. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from a little better. And yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, and goodbye.